Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be all of the books that I am hoping to get to through fall. I don't like to do TBRs because I am such a mood reader, but I definitely do have a type of books that I like to read during the fall. So I feel like all of these books fit into that box. And so I do feel like these are the books that I will really try to get to. So I guess it's a pile of possibilities, not really a TBR. I am very much a seasonal reader, and fall is my favorite season because my birthday is the first day of fall. So I am super psyched for that. I love September especially. And I love all of the fall aesthetics and ambiance and the coziness that comes along with it. It is just the absolute best time of the year. So with that being said, let's jump into all these books. Like I said, I have a definite type of book. Atmospheric is really what I like to go for. I don't think I have a specific order for any of these, and when I say fall, I mean September, October, November. November is still fall to me because I love Thanksgiving and I decorate for Thanksgiving, and I'm not ready for Christmas yet in November. So I have 3 full months of fall to get through these. So anyway, I am going to start with this one. It's not that easy to see, but this is called In the Shadow of Edgar Allan Poe, Classic Tales of Terror. These are stories written from 1816 to 1914, and they are stories written by a bunch of different authors. So yeah, these are short gothic-y stories. I'm not going to read this whole book, but there's one story in here called The Mummy's Foot that I'm particularly excited about. So I'm just going to kind of bounce around in that one and see how I like it. The next one, I had to put it on top because I have a book light on it. I'm set. I am currently reading this book. I just started it yesterday and I am loving this. This is one of the best books ever. It's The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Anyway, this has been out for a while and some of my best friends on here have read this and also love this. This is a mystery. It's kind of like a Groundhog's Day mystery set in this old crumbling English manor, so it really could not be more perfect. I am 75 pages in, but I plan on continuing reading this this week, so I wanted to include it on this list. This one takes place in Texas, and the setting is a pumpkin festival. So that sounds perfect for this time of year. The other one is Death by Pumpkin Spice. This one, oh, there's a bookstore cafe owner in this one with a cat. So also, it sounds amazing, and I do love me some pumpkin spice, so hopefully I can get to those. Another mystery, I guess you could call this cozy. Another mystery I want to read is Jane and the Ghosts of Netley. This is being a Jane Austen mystery book. Look at that cover. This is great. I'm not a Jane Austen fan, but I've read another one of these books by Stephanie Barron. She has a whole series and I loved it. So this is just another one of those books in that series, and it is about Jane Austen actually helps to solve mysteries. It's not one of her characters, it's actually Jane Austen. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think this one got pretty good reviews on Goodreads. And another mystery. It wouldn't be a fall video for me if I didn't add some Sherlock into my videos. This one is The Valley of Fear, and this is one of my all-time favorite book covers. Look at this. This is so fall to me. This is perfect. Next mystery on my list is The Hollow by Agatha Christie. Again, I've never read this one by her, and I don't know if this is set in the fall or feels like fall, but it's been on my shelf for a while and I'm really interested in what this is. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but this is some sort of animal and I don't know what it is, but I'm intrigued. So yeah, I really hope I can get to this one. Oops, I forgot I had these cozy mysteries as well. Apple Cider Slang and The Cider Shop Rules. I think this is book 1 and this is book 2. I'm pretty sure. I'm a little confused at the order of these though, because this one takes place at Christmas time. So I really don't want to even read this one until more of like the end of November, closer to Christmas, because I don't like reading Christmas stuff in the fall. So then if I read this one close to Christmas, this one is set in the fall. And at Christmas time, I'm not going to want to read fall. So I might read this one in November, and then I might wait until next fall to read this one. All right, this is another one that some of my favorite people seem to love, and this is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. This one is historical, like a historical gothic-y mystery type story. I actually started watching the TV show for this. I want to say it was on PBS Masterpiece. They made a TV show for this. I do not recommend that show. There's something in that show that I don't think any of the people that watch my channel would want to see. I wasn't expecting this thing to pop out at me, but it did, and I was not happy about it. You can look it up if you want to, but I really want to read the book, and I'm hoping, because of some of my favorite people love the book, that thing is not in the book. All right, I am interested in this one. This is called The Veritas Conflict. What does this say? A novel of spiritual warfare. It's by Shante Fieldhand. I hope I'm saying that right. This one has to do with a girl, I think. I read the back a while ago, and I don't really want to remember all the details, but it has to do with a girl who's in college, and she starts having spiritual warfare things happening to her. Maybe she's seeing like spirits or demons or something like that. But I feel like when I read this, I thought it would be similar to This Present Darkness, which is a book I really love. So I'm going to give this one a shot, hopefully. Next, I got another Christian fiction book, and that is The Silent Governess by Julie Klassen. This one was described as kind of gothic-y and perfect for fall. Somebody left me a comment saying that. So if that was you, thank you. I've been wanting to read this, but I pushed it off for fall. I think I've only read one other book by Julie Klassen, and I really liked it. I love historical anything. I love history. So yeah, if it is Christian fiction with gothic-y vibes, right up my alley. I got a few classics here. Again, these are short story collections that I won't read the whole book, but I definitely will read some of the stories out of each of these. I normally do every year. The first one is Nathaniel Hawthorne, Young Goodman Brown, and Other Stories. He wrote The House of Seven Gables and The Scarlet Letter, both of which I love. I also have really enjoyed the short stories of his that I have read already. I read a couple of them last fall, so I am very much looking forward to getting back into this book. He's part of the Romantic period, I believe it's called, and I really like writing from that period. It's like a certain style of writing. So yeah, there is that one. And then also Washington Irving. Of course, there is Sleepy Hollow, which I read every October, but he also has many other really great short stories that are perfect for fall. And this book has these really good illustrations. I don't think I read anything from this book last year. I have a couple of his short story collections, and I think I read those, but I'm excited to get into this one. Another short story collection I'm looking forward to is this chunker, The Big Book of Sherlock Holmes Stories. I recently found this at a used bookstore, and this was like the highlight of my used book hunting year. I was so excited. But this has stories in it from people like Stephen King, Anne Perry, P.G. Wodehouse, Neil Gaiman, a bunch of people that I had no idea wrote Sherlock Holmes stories. So yeah, I am really, really looking forward to reading some of the stories out of this. Obviously, I'm not going to read this whole book. And look at the words in this. They are so small. I'm really going to struggle with reading this. It's a good thing I've got my like little book light and my reader glasses. But yeah, I am still looking forward to reading that. Okay, not too much more. This next one, iffy on. So if any of you guys have read this book or books by this author, let me know what you think, because I'm not too sure about it. And that is The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. I bought this years ago when I was in my like horror stage. Got this at a used bookstore. It's been on my shelf forever. And feel like it's some kind of ghosty story set in an old English manor. That is a real buzzword for me. But I don't know how like extreme it is, or if it's something I should be reading or not. I don't know. I feel like I have to be a little bit careful with books that I've never read the author. I don't really know what kind of things that they write. So again, it sounds really interesting. It sounds like something I would like. I'm just a little cautious with it. So if you've read this book, let me know. All right, I got another British mystery, and this is book 1 of a kind of long series. I picked up like 7 or 8 of books from this series recently at a library book sale, and I really want to get to them instead of them just sitting in a pile. But I had never heard of this author, Charles Finch. The series is called A Charles Lennox Mystery, and this series is set in London in the 1800s. So it's like the perfect time frame for me. It's the perfect setting. It just seems like it would be really great to read alongside with like Sherlock Holmes, stuff like that. But also, yeah, if you guys have read this series or read anything from this author, let me know that too, because again, I don't know. All right, and the last one I've got on my list is this one, The Silver Shadow. This is part of the True Colors American Crime series. This is Christian historical fiction, and all of the books in the series are written by different Christian authors, and they all focus on a different true crime situation that happened in America. This one has to do with a series of deaths that took place in Denver around 1900. So I don't know too much about it. I've read a few other books from this series, but because they're by different authors and they're completely different stories, they're all unrelated. So I don't know if this one is any good or not. If I can come across other ones in this series, I'd like to pick those up also. I would like to read the whole series because I am fascinated with history, and if it's history from a Christian perspective or author, I think it's even better. So yeah, that is my pile of possibilities. I actually have a couple more books on my Kindle. I had a bunch of books that I had put on hold at my library, and they all came at the same time, so I downloaded all of them onto my Kindle, and instead of worrying about, oh, I have to have this read in the next 2 weeks or the library will take it back, I just put my Kindle on airplane mode. This is a great tip, by the way, if you don't know it. If you put your Kindle on airplane mode, the library still gets the ebook back, so the next person waiting in line still gets the ebook, but the ebook stays on your Kindle, and so you can hold it there forever until you take your Kindle off of airplane mode. And since I have so many books on there already, I will just leave it on airplane mode until I get through that stack of books and not have to stress over it. So that is all I've got for this video. I hope you all have the best fall ever. And let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you have thoughts on these books, if there's anything I need to stay away from. I love hearing your opinions on the subject. So yeah, let me know, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.